What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Move Better channel. I am your host, Dr. Joe, and this is John Penisarada, the professor. Today, we're going to be talking to you guys about Achilles tendonitis, some pains that you might be suffering from when you go too hard, too fast, too soon in your exercises. Some people just come up to me after they've been running for the first time that they've done it in maybe months or even years, and all of a sudden they're having this nagging inflammation at the back of their heel. They're having some pain while they walk or even at the back of their Achilles. Most of the time, Achilles tendonitis will show up more towards the base of the heel, which is, let me take my shoe off real quick. Most of the time, they'll see some inflammation around this area. If it's severe, you will actually see the swelling almost as if it's trying to pop up off of that insertion point from the Achilles. The Achilles is this right in here. This Achilles tendon comes at the back of the ankle, and then it attaches down at the base of the heel. And people feel it all around. So sometimes people feel it at the fascia. Sometimes people feel it at the base of the heel here. Sometimes they'll feel it all along the back of the heel here, and all of this will start to be inflamed. We want to make sure when we do our examinations that the Achilles has not popped off, it's not completely ruptured. If it is, we need some special testing for those to make sure that you don't have a complete rupture, and then you're going to have some special care for all of that. So today, we're going to give you guys some tips and some tools to help you guys decrease that pain, decrease that inflammation, and get you guys back out there running so it doesn't inhibit you from moving more. Remember, with Achilles tendonitis, it stems from overuse, or it can stem from overuse with the back of the soleus and the gastroc. You're going to be pushing off too much, too hard, and these guys, they don't have that communication pathway, and when that communication pathway is lost, that's when the inflammation or the overworking of this tendon to try to work on pushing off of your toes gets too much work, and that's when you guys develop that pain. So first thing we're going to do is some foam rolling. He's going to place pressure along the lower part of his leg, which is going to be the soleus. He's going to move back. He's going to press, and once he finds that tender spot, instead of him going up and down, he's right in the middle. He's going to keep that pressure. He's going to roll to the outside, and then he's going to roll towards the inside here, trying to relax his toes. Notice I see the bones right here. They start to tighten up over here, the tendons. We want to relax those, and as he rotates back and forth. Now, if he wants to make it a little bit harder for himself, if this foam roller is a little bit too light on him, he's going to put his other ankle across, and now he's just going to kind of scrub that area to try to release the tension or create a communication pathway from the foam rolling. The next one he's going to do, we're going to take this guy off, and he's going to simply just flex his toe back, feel a little bit of a stretch along the ankle here, and then he's going to point his toe. Stretch and point. Now, there's other ways that we can do this. You could just get a self-massage, or you can get a massager. You can get a tiger tail, you can get a hypervolt, and you can work on all those areas as he's pushing his toe down and back. If you have a softball, a baseball, lacrosse ball, you could place it all in that area. One of the things that I want to make sure that you guys don't do, though, is push on the area that is already inflamed. One of the things that people do all the time is they find that their heel hurts, so they grab a lacrosse ball and they put it right along that painful spot on the base of their heel, or they'll place it right along their Achilles. That's not what I want you to do. Get to the muscle. The muscle is the one that's causing all this pain in the first place. So let's go ahead and try to relax that area so that way we can start to increase that communication pathway, decrease the inflammation by strengthening it. Okay? Now, I had John put his shoes back on for this because if you're a beginner with all of these exercises, if you're doing this barefoot, it might be just a little bit too hard. Although I highly recommend doing it barefoot. Today, we're just going to have John do it with his shoes on so he can get a little bit more of a contraction with the areas that are mainly causing his pain. So he's going to hold on to the wall. He's going to, stay off first. And the first step that he's going to do is simply just lift, standing here, lift your heels up off the ground. Lifting his heels up off the ground. If he does that, he's activating the muscles and creating a tension, an isometric tension along the Achilles, which is normally where the tendonitis lies. So as John comes up over here, this is the muscle. So John has some good calves that can actually show us This is the gastroc muscle, this is the soleus. This muscle right here attaches right into the Achilles, and when he does this and he holds himself up into an isometric fashion, it can help with decreasing that pain in that area. That's step one. Now we're going to progressively overload this. Now for the first 2 or 3 days or so, you're probably just going to be getting into this position right here. The next position, he's going to place his feet on top of a riser or a step, and he's going to go ahead and lift your heels up into the air again. As he's lifting his heels up, he's tensioning this area. Sometimes when people with pain, they tend to do this. They tend to rotate their foot out. Try to make sure that your foot is straight. And now if you do rotate out, you could simply just put a block in between your heels right over here so it can hold it up, and he pushes his legs straight up. So again, isometric, hold it there for 2 to 3 sets of holding it for 1 minute at each time, okay? The next one he's gonna do is now we're gonna load it to where he's gonna come up and he's gonna eccentrically drop his heels down, nice and easy. Feel a full stretch, so he's getting full range of motion, because at this point right here is when he's getting most tension along the Achilles, and then he's gonna come all the way up, up. Now this is where the most of the load is now coming on. The gastroc and the soleus are fully contracted here, and then he's just driving his heels down. Now again, if he wants to get a deeper stretch into there as he's dropping his heels down, he bends his knees forward. Now again, we're still influencing multiple areas. We're influencing the soleus and the gastroc. Even with the knees bent or not, they will still influence this whole area to relieve tension and pressure and pain. Next, and the final one for overloading it, we're gonna go ahead and go up, hold it. Now the area of pain, he's gonna lift that one leg up, and again, progressively overloading this, we are driving his heel down and then bending his knee forward. If we wanna get full range, there you go, pause, put the other foot down. This is a key one on the riser, and go ahead and stand back up again. I don't wanna concentrically contract that muscle right away. I wanna just work on isometrics to eccentrics to ensure that I have proper communication in that area. Put both feet down and now lift up. And now for this, you're gonna do maybe 1 to 2 sets of 15 repetitions to start. A couple of days later, you guys are gonna add more and more repetitions and more sets to this area to make sure that they're nice and strong. In another video later on, these muscles require more reflex reaction. The Achilles, we don't necessarily need to add more weight to it. We need to add more speed, more power. So we're gonna start doing these exercises in a plyometric fashion. So that way, the Achilles becomes more resilient to the exercise that you guys are doing. Thanks for joining us, you guys, on another episode of Move Better. I hope that helps your Achilles tendonitis. I hope that helps keep you in shape, keep you guys going out there and working out longer and harder. Like, comment below, let us know if there's anything that you guys have questions about and how we can help you guys out. Thanks again for joining us, you guys. See you guys in another video.